Hey y'all, it's me, Niecielynn. This is Flosstube 89. This is September the 10th. Already, 2021. It is flying by. I have had a crazy busy week. I didn't get as much stitching as I'd like, but I did other fun things, so that's always the best. Some people get more stitching in when they have a holiday weekend. I usually get less because James Williams is home, so we're doing stuff. We had people over. We didn't have as many people as we thought, but it's always great to get together, and they play dominoes, and then I have to play with them sometimes too. And yes, all the hummingbirds are everywhere this morning, so I'll be distracted. So please forgive my squirrel all the time because we know that's how I go. But I did get to work on some stuff and start some things and have some things ready to start and some sales coming up. So off we go into the world. And I'm starting early this morning. It's 8:27 here. I wanted to start by 8, but yesterday was Grandparents' Day for Kimi. James Williams and I got to go have lunch with her and do recess with her. And then one of my little, I just call them bonus blessings. Those people that aren't kin to you, but they come into your life and you're so grateful for them. Jen and Josh and their Lily, her grandparents are on a long trip, and it was planned months and months and months and months before we found anything about Grandparents' Day. And so I'm getting to go as the stand-in grandparent for Lily. So I'm super excited today to get to do that, and graciously grateful that to have that opportunity, because so many people are lonely and by themselves and they don't have family close or anything. And I just, I want to put that out there in the world that there is nothing as precious as getting to go spend time with a kid. I saw Lily in the hallway yesterday and she gave me a big hug and she said, "Hey, Shug," and I was so glad to see her. And so I'm so excited to get to go be the stand-in grandma for Lily today while her Gigi and Papa are on their long trip. So, you know, if you have a chance to be with a kid, there's just nothing better than that, because they are so genuine and they're so loving and good. It's just going to be all the good stuff. So I can't wait. So I got to get finished filming and uploaded so I can be at lunch with Lily. So off we go. And I have all the congestion, y'all, sorry. Straight into whips. I got to work on my Jessie Watson. Just a little bit. Everything kind of got just a little bit. These are, you know, I switched all my colors out. And those are here. And so this is Jessie Watson. She's a Hands Across the Sea. Is that going to focus? There we go. They did the rainbow letters. I didn't want to do rainbow letters. It's with Raspberry Stitcher Barbara. She divided it all up. You can see the numbers over there on the side. So we stitch a certain amount every month throughout the year to keep it done. It's an autism awareness sal, and I am loving this thing. I stitched it in honor of my paternal great-grandmother, Sarah Elizabeth, and I'll put her name here at the bottom, Sarah Coleman at the bottom there. And then these are all my family's initials. That's my pa and mammy and my papa. And then all his brothers and sisters, David Randall, Clifford Edwin. This is Frances Elizabeth Aunt Beth. This is Jim Wallace. This is Joe Carter. This is my Aunt Flossie, Floss Dean. And this is Fernie Ansel, who I did not know. He passed before I was born. But all of them are in there. And then, like I said, she'll say, I think I'm going to put Sally Coleman instead of Sarah Elizabeth. I'm going to put Sally Coleman at the bottom because Paul always called her Sally. And I've got spaces. These little spaces here is probably where I'll do 1/1, my initials here. And then there's another one down here in this corner right here, see? So I'll probably do initials and the year in these offset corners. Some of these corners that have a little blank space. But this is the most fun stitch. It is beautiful. You can change the colorways, of course. I just changed mine to suit me, and I am loving this thing. I love picking it up. This is think it's Golden Needle. It's by Floss and Fabrics, Niecielynn, Floss and Fabric on Etsy. And I got this from her. It's a 32 count. And it is working up real nice. I have loved stitching on it. It's been a joy. And then I worked on, well, we'll come back to Quaker Pumpkins because it's got a lot of talk on it. We may do it the last whip because it's got a lot of talk going on. I did go back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And which one of y'all told me that I missed a red berry? I'll find it in a minute. Oh well, I'll find it in a minute. We'll do it when we do comments. But I had missed a red berry over here completely, and I hadn't done my French knots. And now, several of y'all said y'all do colonial knots. I'm gonna have to watch that video over and over and over. Kendra says she always uses them. I can't understand just looking at the diagram how to do it. You know, my papa, who is John Alfred on the sampler over there, taught me how to do French knots. And that's all I've ever done is French knots. The colonial knots, I don't understand the diagram. So I'm gonna have to get a video and look at a video. But I love this thing. I thought I would get it FFO this week, but I have a whole stack of things to talk about FFOing that did not happen. It didn't happen. This is the Where Liberty Dwells. Right here is the cover sheet. Oh, Lord, y'all. If y'all could see this table, y'all be praying for me right now. Heartstrings Samplery, Where Liberty Dwells, and it's one of the housewife things where you can roll them up. And I thought I would get it FFO this week. She does have a step-by-step on her blog, Beth Twist does. I went and looked, and yes, it looks like it's very clear. And I thought I would get it done, but it didn't happen. It just didn't happen, and that's okay. I kind of think, you know, when things are supposed to happen, they happen, and all that. So I did, I'm gonna try to hold it up really close there. You get the French knots done and added the berry right there that I'd forgotten. But I just stinking love this thing. It's beautiful. The design is beautiful. This is Country Mocha, 36 count, I think whatever it calls for, I think it's 36. Yes, it was 36, and it was fine to stitch on. Of course, the only thing I did was add a Wicked Stepmother's Blue Bayou. These are the call for DMCs, is what I stitched with, 1/2 on 36 count. And then I added in the Blue Bayou because I wanted a little bit of contrast. I wanted the blue shield to really show up. And so I did my flowers in the Blue Bayou, which is a little bit lighter. And I was super pleased with how it turned out. Super pleased. So I'm gonna hopefully get that FFO this week. We'll see. We'll see. I'll make a big pile of mess over here as I'm going along, and like I said, I'm gonna try to hurry today, but we have so many, I had a lot of comments, and then I had some other things I want to show y'all, so we'll just see how it goes. But I don't want to be late for Lily, and now her mama informed me that she likes to eat at school on Fridays, but y'all, we all know I ain't gonna show up empty-handed to that baby. So I'm gonna have to run through the Chick-fil-A or the Sonic and take something with me because I can't show up to my baby without at least a treat. So, and then I'm going to see Mama with Sister after we get done. She's had the house painted on the outside and they're working on the inside in the bathroom. So we're doing all the things. Then I got to work on Spookhouse Selfies. And this is by JABCO. And if you buy the button pack, and I'm sure if you go to justanother.buttoncompany.com, you can buy if you buy the button pack, then you get the chart. And it was a gift. And I dyed this Ada I had because it's full coverage. If you can see, it's full coverage. And I'm not putting the words under it. So I just pushed them in all next to each other, real tight. No spaces in between the squares. And so I'm stitching it on Ada. It's easy one while you're visiting or talking on the phone. You can feel it. You don't have to watch it count so much. And it is so cute. And I'm having fun working on it. And so now I've just got to like fill him in. I've just got a few little crosses left for his mouth. But it came, it was sent to me. I'll send it with all the DMCs here. So here are all the fun DMC colors, and they are beautiful, and they got all in a knot. Sorry, y'all. And they're so fun. So you can see how fun that's gonna be on there. Somebody hot rodding. They're gonna get in trouble. And I've also used, if y'all will look, the little magnetic cable ties. They even hold board. They hold it through board. So that was extra nice surprise. So when I unrolled it, I just stuck it on that board with the little cable ties, and there you go. But it has been a fun little stitch. I got to work on it just a little bit. Not a lot. Like I said, we had the kids, CJ and Juanita were gonna come up, and then, you know, she got exposed to COVID. She ended up being negative, thank you, Jesus. But she, you know, because Grandma was gonna be here, and Royce and Judy, and they just didn't wanna expose anybody. So we didn't get to see them, and Royce ended up getting sick. So James's mom came over, his sister, her husband, Mike and Justin, the girls, and then Keely Bebe, Catch, myself, and James Williams. So we just ate and played dominoes, and I made salsa. Billy ordered pizza because she didn't want anybody cooking or anything, so she just had pizza. And then she brought fruit pizza, and I made brownies, and we just had all the fun. It was great to see everybody and get together and play some dominoes. And the kids love to play 42 and 84. I play under duress. It is not my favorite thing. I will play. I know, Mama, you're so disappointed. My grandma loved to play dominoes better than anything on this planet, but I'll play, but it ain't my first love, okay? Oh no, and I'm missing one of my whips. Here it is, buried. Okay, I told y'all I'm debobbinating a lot of my flosses. And yes, I could iron them or steam them, but there's something that really just makes me happy about the way this looks. I don't know why. I know that puts some people into like panic looking at that, but I don't know why. I love it. I love texture, so I should do something about it, but I don't. I just love looking at it like that. So, and I have my hair all twisted up in case I get to go play outside with Lily today, so I just got it in a little twist up top, so y'all have to forgive that. But this is Hocus Pocus Halloween. I don't have much left. There's not much to it. But it's a heart in hand. Hocus Pocus Halloween. I'm sure it's still available. The Land That I Love. All those are made to go in that little bowl. The heartware bowl. And I'll probably just make mine in a circle, but because I don't have that little bowl. But maybe I'll get that little bowl or something else like it. Who knows? But here it is. So these are just some of the colors that I pulled off of the bobbins that I had. And there he is so far. And I was needing to hide this week, so I put sunglasses on my ghost instead of just dealing with him, because it's been a heck of a week. And I changed his nose. His nose is green in the picture. And I don't know, the green nose just didn't kick it for me, so I changed his nose to black, and then that's the little bird. I guess if I was smart, I'd do it this way. But y'all can see I just use scrap. I mean, when I tell y'all I save my scraps, I just save my scraps. And I will turn this into a little pillow or a little ornament or something and stitch on it. I mean, but it is super cute and a fun little stitch. It's just a piece of gray I had left over from, I don't think that's what I stitched my cardinal on, but I may be wrong. It could be. Some of y'all probably out there screaming at me what I stitched on it, because y'all know. Y'all got them good brains. But I am having fun with this. It was cheery. It's been kind of a heavy week. I said it was a short week, but it seemed like a long week. My aunt is not doing well at all. So it's just been kind of a heavy week. So I needed some cheering up, and I just wanted to hide from the world. So I just put little sunglasses on the ghost. So that worked. That's my other whip. Hocus Pocus. We did Spookhouse, Selfies, Jessie Watson. Where Liberty Dwells. Yes, and Where Liberty Dwells was not supposed to be back in the whips, but thanks to y'all telling me that I missed the berries and I realized I hadn't done my French knots. There you go. Okay, now the last one that I got a few stitches in on is Quaker Pumpkins. And because it's got we got a lot of talk going on it. It is beautiful, and it says it was stitched on 36 count boardwalk using 2 strands over 2. So 2 over 2 on 36 count. And there's no directions on the back of here and none on the back of here. Some of y'all said y'all's directions said use different, get more floss. But nothing in mine says that you need more extra skeins. And so Bunny said maybe they stitched it with 1 over, but it says 2. I don't know, maybe, and it looks like 2 in the picture. I don't know, but Swan Cottage contacted me, and Dana also said maybe it was stitched with 1 over 2. But Bunny said she stitched hers on 36 count, and she got 2 skeins of each, and she used 2 strands. She said if she had it to do over again, she would use 1. So it looked really, really tight. It was on hers. So, kind of play with it in the corner a little bit. But Swan Cottage is doing hers on 36 or 32 count, which is what I've got here. And then, oh my gosh, another one of y'all sent, and I'll find it in a minute. Or I probably forgot to make a picture of it. That there were so many different colors and so many skeins that 1 molasses, 4 of the gunmetal, because there is a lot of gunmetal, because it has this border, this border, this border, this border, and then it has the little crows in there. So that's a lot of stitching, a whole lot of stitching. I don't know if I will do any of the borders. We know I'm a border hater. Not because I don't love the look of them, but I don't like the stitching of them. So I may just do mine with the 1 piece in between each little pumpkin, and that be it. I may put something at the top, I'm not sure. But I love this design. The pattern is beautiful. And it is fabulous. The colors are just, they're out of this world. That's so pretty. I did not work on this any more than I thought this week because I've been out of the house a lot, and I've discovered if I have my contacts in, even with my cheaters, I have a hard time seeing this. If I have my contacts out and I have just my cheaters on, I can see this fine. So this slowed me down on this week because I had to be out of the house a lot, and so I had my contacts in. So it didn't get it got some more progress here, but not a whole lot. But the colors, I want y'all to see the colors, and we talked about using the extra skeins of each one. I would say that at least get 2 of each to start with if you're doing it on anything besides the 36 or smaller. It's beautiful, and I cannot wait to finish it, and I cannot wait to display it. I did bust out a little bit of fall behind. I've started taking it down and moving that way. This one right here, I believe is called Quaker. No. Halloween Quaker maybe. It's by From the Heart Needle Art by Wendy. And I love this. I changed the face on mine because I didn't want him to look like so much a jack-o'-lantern. I wanted him to look more like a pumpkin. And I may have added some purple. I'm not sure if the purple's called for or not, or if I added that myself. This long one here is Little House Needleworks Autumn ABCs. It is on the shutter there, and then there was some talk about this one, so we'll talk about it some more in a minute. Let me set this down. Who else is back here? Oh, this is No House Without a Mouse by Blackbird. You can just barely see it right there. This is Autumn by the Cricket Collection. This is Hey There Pumpkin. I believe that's Hands-On Design. This is Be Thankful, and it's either a Little House or a Country Cottage Needleworks, I'm not sure. These are all ones out of the Halloween issues in the past of just cross stitch. I think that's where all those came from. I'm not sure. But we talked about it, I think, last year. Last year, I think we talked about it. So, those are the whips. Those are all my whips this week. I know, y'all, my brain is all over the place. Forgive me, please. And I'm going to start sneezing here. Just thinking about going and playing outside. 40. Okay, let's move this guy over here. And then I had one little tiny finish out of the Jack-O'-Lantern Jubilee. He was one of the shares this week because Niecielynn was sweet enough to send one. Jack-O'-Lantern Jubilee by With Thy Needle and Thread. Niecielynn from Floss and Fabrics donated one. This is mine that I got at the Stitch Niche, but she sent one for y'all. And this is the very first one in here, and I think I can just hold this over here. Yes. She's Broom Hilda. Broom Hilda there out of Jack-O'-Lantern Jubilee. And I just did her on a scrap of 28 count tea-dyed Monaco. I believe I got it at Down Sunshine Lane. But she is so cute. Of course, I messed up on her apron. So she doesn't have buffalo check apron. She just got a check apron because I was not paying attention. But she is a mix of a Wicked Stepmothers and DMCs and Weeks Dye Works. And this is usually what I do. I just go pull some colors and then change them from there. So I pulled these for start working out of this book here. But I love it. And this, you can see here, I'm trying to flip it over, my fingers work. You can see how fun the Hey Jude from A Wicked Stepmother is in her little dress. It's all the little black browns and grays, and it is so perfect. I love it. She is just adorable. This whole book is adorable. And so I'll start another one of those this week. Now, those are whips. Those are my finish plans. Before you get talking, I want to talk about plans because this is Sampler September. And so I've got this big pile of mess here. Okay, I told y'all last week that one of my September starts is going to be A Wicked Alphabet by the Primitive Needle. I've had this a long time in my stash, and I do love it. It looks like it has very little colors. And these are some of the colors that it's called for, either the DMCs or the others. So there's like 5 colors called for, and here are, there's maybe 5 or 6. And here are 4 of the 5. Well, you can see this bark and caper are very, very similar. I mean, they're really similar. And so I'm probably going to either use my HeyJude from Frankie, because you can see A Wicked Stepmother's HeyJude is so much like both of these two combined together. And charcoal is one of the others that I didn't have. I must have it in another project. But, so I'm just going to do a little bit of a floss toss because it's got a dried thyme in there. You can't tell any of this hardly from the picture, from the cover photo at all. it all just kind of looks to be very monochromatic with maybe just one other color. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors total. So I'm just going to play around with changing the colors up as I go. I will keep it in the same color way, but I'm gonna change that up a little bit. But I think that HeyJude will be beautiful in there. So that, and it's gonna be on my, this is Niecielynn Floss and Fabric on Essie. And so that's gonna be one of my starts, which didn't happen this week, but I thought it would. And then this, I even took a picture of and didn't get posted, go me. This is gonna be a Sal with Stitch and Scotty, Dottie, who is Stitch and Scotty. We've been talking about stitching this and we're just gonna do it. So on September 15th, if you have, this is the Sisters book. I think Niecielynn had it in her shop still. I'm sure lots of shops still have it. I don't know why you don't hear much about this book. This book is fabulous. It has this one, At First Cock's Crow, and it's so cute. And it has this one here, which is H Shields in here. That's beautiful. And it has, this one is A Shields. Look at that thing. So pretty. And then I think there is one more. Yes, this one is so pretty. Oh, there's 2 more. Good grief. Peace and Plenty. Get that where y'all can see it. Peace and Plenty, A Christmas Blessing. And then it has Witch No More. This one is so cute. Right there. So all these are in this book. I don't know why we don't hear more about this book. It must have come out in between other things. But so on September 15th, Stitch and Scotty and whoever else, we're gonna start this. And we're gonna call it the Cock's Crow Sal. Hashtag Cock's Crow Sal. Yeah, that's probably gonna get us some attention. I'm gonna stitch it on this 32 count mocha. These are the call for DMCs. I think I had all of them in my little stash that I'd never done anything with. Oh no, I needed 2, and Ari, Kyle, and I grabbed them at Joann's. So you can see these colors are just so pretty. I know already that I'm gonna add these 2 in. I wanna change the color of my house. There is a lot of orange on here. And so I'm gonna change the color of my house a little bit. I'm not sure what or how. And I'm gonna make, I don't think my moon will be orange. I don't know why I find that discomforting, but I do, because I'm a weirdo. But, and I just took, I told y'all before, I love this thing. It took me no time at all to wrap these. So I was on the phone with Keely one day and get them on here. So easy. So this is Creative Keep Studio. She was taking a break. I think she should be back now. But this little false reel is fabulous. I love that thing. So those are 2 of my plans. And then I have another plan before we go into questions and comments with Frankie on the 16th. So I will be starting another one on the 16th. Here, this is a Wicked Stepmother sampler. She's doing a Sal on the 16th, and it will be Love Is Not All. And it has one of her favorite quotes on here, and it's so pretty. Look at there. I am loving it. So I will be starting it on the 16th, and and Frankie has agreed to share these. So she's so sweet to give 2 of these away. So 2 of these PDF files will be shares today for y'all. So she is so sweet, and I love this thing. I don't remember ever hearing this quote. I might be driven to sell your love for peace, or trade the memory of this night for food. It well may be. I do not think it would. I do not think I would. By Edna St. Vincent Millay. And I love it. It's so pretty, and I love the house, and the double chimneys on it, and the Willis. It's just gorgeous. So this will be my other one. So I have 3. I plan to start one every week, and it didn't happen, but it's going to. So that is my, and I'm trying to think if I can make it save that. I don't know how to make this thing of James's take a picture. Y'all, I don't know. We'll have to think about that in a minute. Okay, also, okay, now we're gonna go into questions. Oh, here, I'll show you what all the finishes I've got. So I have my Housewife, we already talked about it, Where Liberty Dwells, to finish. And my Broom Hilda to finish. We have this little one that I did last year and didn't get finished yet, Fall. I believe that may be Lizzie Kate. I've got, my other car is a Broom to finish. That is a Lizzie Kate. And yes, it's close, but y'all see, it'll be fine. It'll work. This is my Snapper Color Orange that I finished last week or week before. And it's gotta be FFO'd. Then I have both pieces of my Midnight Ride by Blackbird. I love, love, love it. And I've got to get it FFO'd to display. It is beautiful. I think I used the Call Fors on it, except maybe my black. I used 310. I'd have to go back and look. But it's so cute. This is just, this will be a little pin pillow. And then this will be, you know, in the lid of the box. Now, this came from Shelly, I think, sent me this. It's R&R Reproduction 30 count Prim Green. 30 count Prim Green. So that one has to be FFO'd. Then I have this one, was from last year, My Broom Hair Don't Care. That pattern is on the blog. She's on the blog on there. And then also, if you need a free pattern, this little pumpkin pin pillow is on the blog as a free pattern too. So those are on it. So I have all these to FFO. And then I found these 2 things when I was cleaning out stuff of Mama's that I stitched for her back in the 80s. And I took them out of the frames that they were in and washed them and then dunked them inside some kind of camel dye, something, camel grit dye. And then I'll press them and re-put them in something because they are, I wanted to take them back to her, but they were just crammed in some stuff. And I thought, you know what? You can refinish those and get them back out to her room. This one, I believe, is a Del Burdette, if my brain is firing, which is sometime it do, sometime it don't. So I have that to do this week also. And also, this was my, today actually is my 2-year Flossiversary. So happy Flossiversary, y'all. Y'all mean more than you know to me. I've got to know a lot of y'all really well, and it's been so nice to have y'all company, especially during the pandemic when I'm by myself so much of the time. So thank y'all for hanging out, and we will be doing for an extra 2-year Flossiversary share. These were a gift, and they are all the alphabets of a Heart and Hand alphabet. And so that will be the 2-year Flossiversary share. It's all these, and they are so cute. G for Goose. We've got H for House. I could do this, couldn't I? We've got I for Ice Skate. We've got J for Jingle Bells. We've got K for Key. L for Lamb. M for Mitten. N for Nest. O for Owl. P for Pineapple. My gosh, Q for quilt. My gosh, what is wrong with my brain? I'm sitting there thinking, what? It's a Q for quilt, y'all. I need to finish my coffee. R for Robin. S for strawberry. T for teacup. Look at that. U for unicorn. I think that's a V for violet. Yeah, V for violet. And y'all's light up there, it looks so much more clear than down here. W for weathervane. X for X's, I guess. I don't know, that looks like a railroad track. Oh, a railroad crossing. Nothing wrong with me. A little slow on the uptake this morning. Y for yolk. Okay, that's funny. If you're an egg lover, that's the best. And a Z for a zebra. So all these, and you know, you can write out your kids' names, friends' names, do the whole alphabet, but that is very nice. It was very sweet of y'all to send it, and so it will be a share for the 2-year Flossiversary. And I need to write that over here so I don't forget to say it. At the end, because y'all know I'm famous for forgetting something. So those are adorable. We did all the talk about the Quaker pumpkin and still don't know if we got anywhere. Holly says she will be, we're gonna try to get that worked out, y'all. How much floss you need, because that's a lot. Holly is gonna be in Arlington on the 14th. And she's gonna try to get by the Stitch Knit. She's traveling with her husband. If you're ball fans, you should go to the AT&T Stadium. It's, you know, all that new. The Globe Field is there also. It's another ballpark. Of course, there's a Six Flags, and there's all the water parks and those kinds of things. But the Cooper Street Antique Mall is right there in Arlington. It's really nice, and it has, you could stay in there forever and look around. So Cooper Street Antique Mall is right there in Arlington. You can stay there and look around. The Stitch Knit is right there. The fabulous Mexican food place, whose name has just eluded me. Oh my gosh. Google Arlington Mexican food restaurant with train and Christmas lights, and it will show you. It is like a thing. And I'm just totally blank on it right now. Of course, and if you have a little extra time, always make it over to the Stockyards. The Stockyards in Fort Worth, they're not far from you there in Arlington. And they are fabulous. Cool thing to see. You know, if you're going on into Dallas, there's tons of stuff, but right there in Arlington and then going on over to the Stockyards, there's tons of stuff. So those are some fun things to do in Arlington. Sherry, my electronics hate me too. I don't know what it is, but electronics do not want to be my friend. Ever. Ever. And we were talking about the girls. You said when we were, and they're on the way to Disney this morning. So let's see here if I can figure out how to get to this and see if I can get some pictures to pull up here. Okay. Here is Catch this week in the tractor with his daddy. So Keely's and Bebe's baby is Catch, and here he is driving the tractor with his daddy there with his little bib on. And then, oh, these were funny. Yesterday was National School Picture Day, and some of y'all don't do Facebook. So on my Facebook group, I posted these. This was my high school senior picture after my hair all broke off because I tried to get a perm for the first time. Boy, that was something. And then I don't know where Pap's picture went. It was right there. Here is another picture I took at Catch after he got here. Jessie. He's so sweet. And then here we are at lunch with Kimi. I brought her Sonic. She loves her some Sonic. So we brought Sonic there, and then there's just the whole cafeteria. Pat put on her funny glasses. So there's James Williams with her funny glasses on, poking a hole in her to try to get her to lean back for the picture. He does not realize how rough he is. Ugh. And then he said I had to wear the funny glasses. So there I am with the funny glasses on. Let's see. And then there's Kimi with the funny glasses on. But I thought I had a better picture. Oh, there's James Williams. There's James Williams' senior picture. Right there. with his mullet. Let me see where I can find a good picture of Aria and Kyle, or both of them together. Here they were on her first day of school. She was so excited. Aria didn't go till the next week, but that's Kimi and Aria on Kimi's first day of school. Kimi's in the 1st grade and Aria's still in pre-K because she has that wrong birthday, you know, where you're 6 days behind. Yep, that's how that goes. And Aria is not happy about that at all, I can assure you. At all. So that's some pictures, some quick pictures of them. I'm glad I remembered to grab the iPad for once. Oh, Ashley and Rita Ryan, I love that your mama is like me and always digging up little starts of plants. We plant splitters, got to stick together. Pickers of the world unite, because I do. I will break out my spoon and break me a start off. I will get down in a ditch. I have dug irises out of ditches. I'm just that person. I love plants and I'll just do what I gotta do and try to grow me some. Cindy and Sherry, they suggested that a place for mom, it's called A Place for Mom. And you put in your, like, where you're at, and it helps you find assisted living and memory care and things like this. That's something we've been talking about because it was kind of a thing. And that helps you find things. So I didn't realize that when I was looking for a place for mama. So thank you for that. And Jasmine, anytime you see something you'd like to stitch, please enter. She said, is it okay for me to enter again since I won something? Yes, please. Yeah, that's fine. I use the YouTube random comment picker. And so the powers of the YouTube random comment picker are who falls down on that. So if you think that you would like to stitch it, please enter. I will say several of y'all sent me that in Australia right now, they're not allowing any packages to go into the country from the US. So if you don't stop entering, I'll just hold them until they, lift the thing. So if you still want, I know Viv and, there's several y'all, Lenore there in Australia that, that watch, and Patch Pony, there's, just several y'all. And I'm kicking the trestle board under the table, y'all. Sorry about that. Go ahead and enter, and then if you win, I'll just hold it until, they're allowing packages to go again. That's just too much to think about for me. Melanie said, was asking about this, because I had the summer ABCs up. And she said she didn't know what it was that had was long with the Texas. It had a US flag. I, of course, just changed it to Texas. Melanie, if you want, what I did, somebody else wanted it, and I just took a real close-up picture like that of them to see my changes. And then you can just use that as a chart to change your flag to that. I put blue bonnets on here. I changed my lemonade to limeades because I drink limeades. We drink a lot more limeade around here than lemonade. I'm not sure why. I don't know what's up with that. And then I think the only other thing I did was I added this by the X. Extra lonely, extra scary, extra weird 2020. So I just pushed mine down and squeezed that in and also. But yeah, if you want to switch your thing and you don't want to bother thinking about it, somebody else, I think 2 people had me send it. Just take a close up and then they were able to stitch off that. And then the blue bonnets are just little French knots there. But then y'all gonna see how ugly the back of this is, but I'm gonna show you. This is, I use long popsicle sticks because I didn't put this one on foam core board. It's just on a long piece of mat board. So it's like floppy. And I didn't put another piece behind it. I couldn't decide if I wanted to or not. And then I decided, no, it's pain to do long pieces. I don't like it. So I just put some Rick. It has Rick, as Aria says, around the edge. And then these are just the things off the top of your coffee things. I'd originally stuck it on the board I had with these in magnets. But with the shutter, I just glued these on here. Can you see that like that? And then I just hang it on the top louver of that shutter. So that works great for me. So Melanie, I hope that helps with that. Roxy, I love your puppy. She sent me pictures of her dog. He's so cute. His name's Texas. And the UK, and she said the US has a lot better Halloween patterns. And we do have Halloween differences, that's for sure. The US we go all out on Halloween. We always have the kids, we always had Halloween parties for our kids. And then we had an adult Halloween party. And it was always so fun. Some of my favorite memories of my kids being little and having Halloween parties with their friends. We would get to the house and we would all meet up. Then we would go walk with all our kids. There's a big group of people with their kids, and we would go house to house with all our kids, you know. And then we would come back to the house and we'd bust the piñata. And then I would have soup and cowboy chili and cornbread and Fritas and, you know, all this kind of stuff. And for everybody to eat, anybody that wanted to eat could eat. Of course, the kids mainly all wanted to eat their candy. So, you know, it's Halloween's once a year. Eat your candy. Or that's the way I live anyway. Once a year, eat your candy. You don't have to eat no real food tonight. You get the bellyache, well, you'll get over it. So, yes, we do love us some Halloween, at least around here. Janice, the pledge ain't easy. I was dying at your grandbaby say she didn't know what they were saying. They put their hand over their heart and said blah, blah, blah. Yes, Kit, the pledge is not easy to begin with. It has lots of big words. And, you know, it's just something you learn a little bit at a time. But we had, my sister, I think till, I don't know, maybe she was 16, said Dakar for guitar. So, words are hard. They really are. Aria Kyle still says things. What does she say to me? Shook, you know you made this too spicy. Not spicy. Too spicy. And I'm dying. I love it. And one day she'll stop and I'll be sad. Carol, oh, and I forgot to bring mine over here. Welcome Autumn is gorgeous piece from the Drawn Thread. It's laying right over there. I can see it. Next week. I love that design and it is beautiful. Jackie, she says Shanty Stitchers has some of the Blackbird design patterns that Everywhere doesn't have anymore. I know we have a person looking for America the Beautiful, The House on Acorn Hill, and then Debbie Cloy, holler at me about the pink rose, okay? And I already said last week about the House on Acorn Hill. I got to get it done so I can and Laura said she worries about her little hummingbirds. I do. I worry about my little hummingbirds flying all the way back down there. And then this week I've been out there like a crazy person because my praying mantises have been getting on my feeders. And you know, they will kill y'all hummingbirds. And so I'm out there with my little scrub brush that I scrub their feeders with. And I get them. I'm like, you know you're not supposed to be up here. And I know my neighbors probably wanted to call Bedlam to come pick me up because I'm out there with my little scrubber and I get him off and I go run him out there to the Vitec tree out the back of the yard. I'm like, you know you ain't supposed to be on my feeders. And I'm running him out there and fussing at him and everything. But it's happened numerous times this week. So I have to keep checking them not only for if they have food in them, but if the praying mantises are on there trying to kill my birds. So, because I do worry about them. Oh my gosh, my writing is so bad, Rita. Thank you. Yes, I did leave one of my berries off of my Where Liberty Dwells. So thank you for that so much. And I will be praying for you and your husband. When your diabetic gets a foot wound, that is so dangerous and it is so hard to care for. So I'm hoping that it heals up well and quickly and he doesn't have any complications because that can be super scary. Debbie said for me to watch the movie Queen, and I'm going to go find it. Because yes, and I love y'all's suggestions on movies. Tracy says, what kind of Jeep did I have? Okay, this is what things that make James Williams crazy. This is not how my brain works. I love my Jeep. But when somebody says, what kind do you have? I'm this person. A black one. Because I'm not a car person. I'm not car, engine, motor, tires. We had to go get new tires, you know, this week. And last week on Friday after I got done. But it is a 2016, I had to go write it down, Wrangler Sahara Unlimited. I wrote it down off the side of it. Because that's me. I am clueless. It's like it's nice, you know, and he made sure he did get me the heated seats because I hate the wintertime. So I love that I have the heated seats. So that's the best thing, you know. I love taking my tops off, and yes, I love Duck Duck Jeep, but I've never got ducked. I have never got ducked, and I need to get me some because I have one, and my sister has the truck one. She just got it this year. So I love Duck Duck Jeep, but she or I neither one have ever got ducked. I need to ask my cousin Lisa if she ever got ducked, but I've never got ducked. But I do need to get some because I do see people in their cars are fabulous. Oh, and Karen says we need to do a drinking game for every time I say cute. I do, and especially some weeks it gets in my brain, but y'all better be sitting down if we play because y'all know when a word gets in my brain, it just keeps on keeping on looping through there. So make sure you don't start that game out standing up. You'll liable to get hurt. Just go and sit down. Sherry said, oh, this was the best, Sherry. I love this, and I was going to bring my old suitcase in here. She said her mama hoarded nice pajamas, underwear, and house coats. And she said she kept them in a green suitcase under her bed. So if any of them had to go to the hospital unexpectedly, you had nice things, you know, you looked nice at the hospital. Y'all remember when that was a thing? You remember when you had to go, I mean, like when you go to the hospital to have your babies, you had to have a new house coat. I remember that. Nowadays, I guess people go in the t-shirt they cleaned out the garage in. That's what they look like half the time. I don't know. People are not concerned with how they look anymore. And I'm going to tell y'all, Grandparents' Day yesterday, it ain't just the young folk. Y'all know who I'm talking to out there. Fix y'all hair. Just going to say that. Leave it there. So yes, I have an old blue suitcase that has some old quilt tops and like what I guess would be nightgown or maybe a slip way back in the day because it's cotton, but they're beautiful. And so they're in a blue suitcase that good old girl had. And so she said she'd give anything to see that green suitcase again. And I love that blue suitcase. And I do set it around, you know, and use it to stage things because I love seeing it with my eyes and knowing that it was in good old girl's house with her stuff. So yes, and I love that. I love that about your mama. Cindy, I never thought about how I say yellow, but yes, yellow. I don't say yellow. O sounds for me are very, that's tiresome. O are tiresome for me. Yellow. Like Fritas. We eat Fritas around here and we eat tacos. I don't eat tacos and I don't eat Fritos. That is so much extra to me. I don't know why I ain't got time for no long O sound on the end of things. I do not know why. It just wears me down. So yes, I am a lazy speaker and I will cut that off about 90% of the time. Yes, Sue. Mama's the same way. Sister will call me and she'll say, hey, have you talked to Mama today? I'm like, no, she didn't answer her phone. Or sometimes she'll answer and say, hey, I'm doing something. Okay, Mama, as long as you're happy, click. Right. So yes, she won't answer all the time. Mama's happy and having fun. Madonna, and happy birthday to your mama. Happy birthday. That is fabulous. And Leslie, her mama, now Madonna's birthday, mama, was last week. Like my mama's, I think, September 1st. Leslie, her mama is turning 100. So yes, and I think she would love assisted living in there and getting to visit, and she'd have them all wrapped around her finger. Linda, I love that you told about the sweet man in your town passing out all the good candy. After his wife passed away, he would get big pieces of candy and stuff. And I love that. And I love that you remember that about him, because then he's still here because you're still remembering him and telling about him. And like I said, we loved Halloween. And when I was a baby, my aunt and uncle were in high school. And they lived in like a new neighborhood with so many kids and people and all. And one year they run out of candy and my grandma sent one of them back to the store and run out of candy and she sent one of them back to the store. And the third time my uncle said no. And he's the one that's doing cancer treatments right now. And they say he's doing really well, but he got tired. He said, I ain't going back to town, Mama. And so he gets up on the roof and gets down on the roof where there's a tree. There was a tree over here and there was the door. And anyway, he decided he was going to scare them kids off so they didn't come asking for no candy. So he got him some kind of a sheet rigged up on a pole, and when the kids would start up the driveway, walkway, he would throw out that sheet and holler and they'd run off. So yes, but my Uncle Wayne had all, he wasn't going to get no more candy. Now my mama would have passed out candy till the cows come home. Always, but Wayne was done. We talked about the Coxcrow Sal starting on 9/15. My Sal with Frankie at A Wicked Stepmother is starting on 9/16. So the 15th and the 16th, I'll be starting 2 Sals. Frankie, it's a PDF on A Wicked Stepmother on Etsy. So go to Etsy, and then A Wicked Stepmother is the shop name, and you'll see it there. It's Love Is Not All, and that'll be the name of that Sal. Oh, and Patty Penn did tell me, and I've got this one right here that she sent me before. This is batting on the inside of here. That was, this one thinks the little thread books is what I call them. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's batting. So thank you, Patty Penn. I love those. Sharon, yes, Clifford and Ansel are family names for us. Her Hansel was killed at Pearl Harbor, so she never got to meet him either. So thank you for your service, Hansel, wherever you are. I think you hear us when we say those things. And all who've served and paid ultimately for us to sit here and talk like this. Hazel, thank you. You're so sweet to say that. I appreciate it. Ava, oh, thank you for letting me know about Australia. Ava's one of the ones that let me know that Australia is returning the packages to the U.S. So if you're in Australia and you enter and win, I'll just hold it and then send it when they, open up again. So we'll just stay on top of that like that. Connie, I am so sorry for the loss of your mama. I will be praying peace and sweet memories over you. I just don't know. It's so hard right now. And I'm just so sorry. I don't know anything to say. My cousin Lisa called me last night and she was just crying. Her mom was doing so bad. And I never know anything to say but that I'm sorry and I love you. And I hope, I don't know. When Ray lost his mama, he said, you don't have to say anything, just being there. And maybe that's just it. I don't know. I always feel inept when people are grieving because, it's just, you have to do it and it's hard and terrible. Kendra, I cannot understand the colonial knot. That's on the agenda. Watching the videos of the colonial knot and trying to figure that out because I don't know why my brain ain't wanting to see how that, understand it. It looks like it's a figure 8 with a needle through it is how my brain is wanting to see it, but I can't figure out how to get there. So, Susan Glenn, I love Pee-wee. She was talking about the Alamo, did have a basement, from Pee-wee Herman. If y'all aren't Pee-wee Herman fans, you won't get it. But I had a chair that looked like Cherry, and I loved it. And it was accidental love because I bought a chair and had it delivered at the other house, and it wasn't right. It had like a place in the back that was damaged. And then, so I called them. They brought another one, and it was the same way. It was the same thing. So something had happened when they were boxing them or something, and it was doing it to all of them. So they said, well, just pick out something else. Well, I could not find anything else but this, like, kind of a French blue microfiber-ish chair. And it was a chair and a half and a recliner, and I'd never had a recliner before. But it looked just like Cherry, and we called him Cherry. And everybody loved Cherry, and Cherry is still at Keely's house now because we have a hard time getting rid of Cherry because Cherry looks rough, but still sits great. So, but yes, I love Pee-wee, and no, there is no basement at the Alamo. And if you don't know Pee-wee Herman, sorry, that was just a waste of time. Allison, yes, the Emily Morgan is beautiful there in San Antonio. We love the Hotel Contessa because it's down at the end of the Riverwalk, and we like to stay on the Riverwalk. That's the only minus to the Emily Morgan, is it is not on the Riverwalk. I like to stay down on the Riverwalk. Emily Morgan is up here, and if you go topside, everything is very close together like this. If you go the Riverwalk, you go real roundabout, and it's very hard to understand or explain, but that is how it works. But the Palacio del Rio is beautiful. The Hilton and the Hyatt, although on the Riverwalk, we've never had a bad experience at any of them. We just love the Contessa. It's down at the far end of the Riverwalk where it winds off to go up to the mall and it's called the Space Needle, I think, but I think there's a restaurant and stuff and has a different name, but I can't think of it. But anyway, but the Emily Morgan is beautiful. There are several beautiful, beautiful hotels down the Gunther. Right there is gorgeous. There's just, you can't go wrong. But we like to stay on the Riverwalk and not go topside as much. James will want to go topside because he can walk faster to get somewhere because he's usually starving. But I like to stay and walk down on the Riverwalk. That's just me. Crafting with Susie Q. I'm going to the one in Louisville. Is that the same one? Anyway, let me know because yes, I will be at that one. So yes, Linda, thank you for your patience. But I think I finally got it to Dottie. If you didn't get it, scream at me because I think I actually finally got it sent and sent right this time. Nothing wrong with me, but everything. Rachel Q, I love that you yellow roses for your daddy and blue hydrangeas for your mama, and yellow and blue are a beautiful color combination. So I bet that looks beautiful together. Deborah said the Sue Hillis Santa's Noah's Ark, and I had not seen it, and holy moly, it's fabulous. So fabulous. Now, oh, Happy Mail, I nearly forgot to show y'all my Happy Mail. Oh, this came from Frankie, and this is a new color as far as I know. I've never seen this one before, and it is fabulous. It's called Blueberry Hill. Is it gonna pick it up? Let's see. That it's got a lot of darker and lighter, and I had not seen that one before, but look what I'm gonna use it on. This calls for, I think, Brethren Blue maybe as the roof, but I'm gonna use my Blueberry Hill on the roof and the door, and it may be the letters too, I'm not sure. Maybe. But this, y'all know I love me some drawn thread. This is Simply Autumn by Drawn Thread, and I'm going to do it and use my Blueberry Hill thread. Thank you, Frankie, for it. And she sent me a love letters here. So I think that those two will do that house right there. What do y'all think? I think that'll be so pretty. Ooh, love it. Thank you, Frankie. And is that everything? Okay, now we'll talk about the shares for this week and then the things for last week. So the 2-year Flosstiversary share is all these, all 26 of the alphabets. Okay, and so if you're interested in those, make sure you use ABCs. Use ABCs in your comment. So comment, like, and subscribe. Make sure you've done all 3 because you may have become unsubscribed unbeknownst to yourself. That has happened to me on several people's that I have discovered that I was subscribed to, and now I'm unsubscribed. I don't know why. Then we have the 2. Frankie has donated 2 of these, and the sale will start on 9/16, and it's a PDF download. Here, come on, turn for me. These here, Love Is Not All. She's donated 2 of these samplers, and it is beautiful, and it's called Love Is Not All, and so I will be starting it on the 16th also. Frankie, maybe we can do a little live video post or something for that. So 2 of those, and use the word love. Use the word love if you're interested in that one. It'll be a PDF, so it can go to you instantly, and you can start stitching. This is a Heinz It, and it is so cute, and it has the little things in it. And I thought that I might stitch this for myself, but I am so far behind on stitching, it is not gonna happen. So it's a Heinz It little mini block sampler, and it has, there you go. Oh, no, maybe there. But it has all the little charms in here too. So it is the pattern and the little charms, and it's a Heinz It, and I think that's how you say that. That's how I say it, and I'm probably saying it wrong. But, so if you're interested in that one, use the word beer. That is so cute, and I thought I might get it stitched for CJ for Christmas, but it's not gonna happen. So we're going to share it. And then this one here, and the top is come open, but it is all in here. Okay, so this is a full kit, and it is these adorable puppies by Susie Zoo. And it is so cute. So if you're interested in this one, use the word dog. It says dogs of Duckport. So use the word dogs on there. And then we'll finish my Halloween Hocus Pocus, which is laying right here so I can pick it up. This one. So if you're interested in this one, use the word Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus. So love for this one. Love. Hocus Pocus. Dogs. Beer. Or ABCs. In there. So those are all those. And then last week's, here we go. Okay. Where'd I put that stat? Oh, here. Nothing wrong with me, y'all. Last week's was so good. Thank you, Jessie, for all these fabulous. So these first two were thanks to Jessie and her fabulousness. The Jack-o'-lantern Jubilee from Floss and Fabric, which I'm going to show this right here so y'all know. Jessie donated these at Floss and Fabric on Etsy. And she sent the Jack-o'-lantern Jubilee, and it goes to Susan Lulham. Susan Lulham, Jack-o'-lantern Jubilee. Email me your address. The email is in the drop down under the comment section on the video. Then the whole Halloween cross stitch here, whole issue of this from Jessie goes to Renee Crump. Renee Crump, send me your address. The needle and if I can't stitch, I'm gonna say it wrong, goes to Bunny E. Martins. Bunny Martins. I've only known one other person named Bunny, and she was so sweet. So cute. So Bunny E. Martins, send me your address. Then the Heartstrings Samplery Liberty, this one, the Liberty Who Swap, goes to Linda Kleindienst. Linda, you'll get me your address. And then the Neighborhood. This is so pretty. Goes to Cindy Flinchball. Cindy Flinchball. So y'all all email me your addresses. I'm going to jump off here and get this, be sure it uploads and everything so I can get to lunch with Lily and recess time. And I think that's, and then go see Mama. So I got a lot. Oh, I want to show y'all these. I nearly forgot. Oh, I nearly cried because we got there yesterday and Kimi gave me these. One for Pap and one for me. Pap, she said, Pap, yours is the blue one. So she drew herself in her little romper and in her little dress. And it says, this bookmark was made just for you to say thanks for all you do, to say thanks for all the nice things you do. I hope it helps you keep your spot and reminds you of the loving grandkid you've got. Yeah, I nearly went to bawling right there. And then we put our little visitors badges on the back there. But she gave me this picture this week. Look at there. With all the hearts and the rainbow and the castle, because they're going to go see, they're going to Disney. So, and it says, I love you, Kimi James Delightin. So yes, I am so excited that I got to go yesterday and that I'm getting to go again today. So I'm going to jump off here and go get to getting. And y'all have a happy Friday and a great weekend. And I'll see y'all next week.